And hello, everybody. Welcome to the Stewart Buzz. This is Chris. We have Blake here. I haven't seen you in a while. Blake, how you doing today?
Oh man, I'm doing fantastic.
Well, you
Yes,
look pretty
sir.
good. Back in the sunny Florida. I like that. And today, actually, I was thinking about wearing a jacket.
A jacket.
Yeah, it was 73 degrees this morning.
Oh my
When I walked
goodness.
my dog, it was 73 degrees. And on the island, 73 degrees to me is like 69. Not that that's a bad number, but I mean, honestly, it's a little cold. So I hear that you're starting this new adventure, which I think is a great adventure. But can you tell us a little about it?
Yeah, actually, it is. It's already started. So it's a marketing agency called ORAH Media Group, and so what we focus on.
Can you spell that, by the way?
Yes, it's ORAH, and it is Hebrew for radiance, light, and so.
Okay, I just wanted everybody to be able to Google it. That's
Yeah,
why I said it.
yeah.
They may spell it with an A.
Yeah, ORAH. It's actually funny. I showed my mom, and she goes, Oprah.
That's what I said. Remember when I said that in the beginning? I did say that. I said Oprah.
Yeah. So
He's friends with Oprah,
Yeah.
which is Harpo backwards. Did you know that?
no.
Her production company is called Harpo.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so Harpo is Oprah backwards.
I had no idea.
I'm just giving you that heads up. You're welcome, Oprah.
I never really paid attention. Yeah. To that.
It is true. So tell me, how did you decide to do this? And I have seen some of the layouts that you've done in the advertising part of it, and I'm impressed by it. But what are you to accomplish other than you becoming this multi-billionaire? What do you plan on accomplishing with this advertising company?
So, well, I'll let you know how it really started. So, I mean, of course, I had my own TikTok channel that I've had since 2021. And it was called Logical Conservative. It was something that I had started in.
Which is a successful channel.
Oh yes, yeah, and I started it 4 years ago. I actually was knocking TikTok to Jocelyn, my fiance. She was on TikTok. I go, look at this. This is terrible. Like, I go, you're gonna just sit there and scroll on TikTok and watch these stupid
People
videos.
do that.
But I saw the videos she was watching, and they were just people that, not mine.
Right,
but then I
right. Like
found
my
out,
daughter.
Found out my algorithm, if I wanted to see what I wanted to see, now I got, all this heated political discussion and,
Charlie Kirk.
people bashing, Trump and Charlie Kirk, having civil discourse at college campuses.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I want to touch on later, but that's just terrible what happened to him. But, I created this channel because I felt our country was in dire need of another voice, especially on TikTok, because conservative voices were being censored.
Correct.
And it was blatantly apparent. It's not like, oh, maybe I was, maybe, no, it's definitely blatantly apparent. But I was doing that, and then I was doing, debates with people on TikTok Live. And, Charlie was definitely someone who inspired me to stand up and do something. Same with Donald Trump. When I saw him in 2016 running, he inspired a lot of people to get activated into politics.
The one thing that people didn't know about me is I used to watch Charlie every single day, but it was on Instagram.
Really?
And I would watch all the debates on Instagram. It was amazing. So I don't know if you saw my YouTube thing on Charlie. And I thought that dude kept his cool when people were trashing him right in front of him. And he was very calm and cool. Sometimes he lost his temper, but it really wasn't in front of the college kids. It was on like Fox or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Some sort of other competitive type of thing that somebody was bashing him. But this is about your advertising.
Yes.
What do you plan to accomplish, and what can you do for your average person that wants to advertise for you?
Absolutely. So my biggest thing is a lot of business owners, they're busy with payroll, they're busy with restocking, whatever their business may be. They're always so hyper focused on what they've got to get done, whether it's getting training new employees, putting out, ads or whatever for hiring new employees, just taking care of the business itself. And when that happens, they find themselves maybe trying to market themselves, trying to have their employee do it on the side without extra pay, all this other stuff that's going on. They get so busy, they're not marketing their business effectively. And if you're not being seen on social media, you're not being seen. You
Right.
know, you're just not. And Your competitor at the same time, they are out there and they are being seen on the sponsored ads. I'm sure you've talked about, let's say performance medication, right? Or hormone balancing or weight loss, whatever it could be. And I bring that up because one of my clients is with Revive Performance Medicine. So shout out to Chris with Revive Performance Medicine in
That's
Florida.
not me, by the way.
Yes,
I
not
perform
this
okay.
Chris. Well, the thing is, he does testosterone to get your levels back to normal, not to be crazy, and all that with the extra testosterone, but just to get it back to normal. And he does NAD, methylene blue, which Joe Rogan and Mel Gibson were talking about methylene blue.
Mel Gibson, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah. So there's just there's a lot that needs to be done, but your competitors are constantly on social media outperforming you because they're being seen while everybody's staring at their phone. As we were talking about, they're always on their phone, and that is just the new age. So what I've decided was, I noticed that there's people with niches in the marketing industry. Like well, my niche is with a law firm, my niche is with a dentist office, my niche is with this. And I'm like, wait a minute. If this marketing agency, if their niche is a dentist office, right? Does that mean if I'm a dentist office and I hire you to market for me, are you taking that same money I'm giving you to help market for my competitors?
You're gonna individualize it, aren't you? I mean, you're gonna send me it just for them.
Well, yeah, you do, but you're helping what I'm saying is other marketing agencies are helping their competitors.
Understood.
They're helping. So let's say you're Psychic and the Genie. You go and you want to go to a marketing agency, and their thing is psychics, right? They're not just helping Chris with Psychic and the Genie. They're helping this other psychic off of US 1 down in Port St. Lucie. They're helping this other person. So they're taking the money you're giving them to help innovate their programs that help put the competition out there.
So what makes you different?
So what I do is I make sure that I focus on one client per category per county. So that way I'm not taking the money that they are paying me to market for them to help their competitor. We focused on them. It's very exclusive. It's just them. So with Revive Performance Medicine, they're the only performance medicine place I'm going to take here in Florida, actually.
Okay, that's cool. So there is no competition that you're gearing towards other than that one individual.
Correct.
Okay, so for instance, what happens if I hire you to do that and Joey in Vero owns a psychic shop and he wants to hire you as well? You can tell him no.
Well, yeah.
Okay, I just want to know how that works because other people, people around here are probably going to want to use you because we know how the economy is. There's one thing that people don't understand as well, and is it like too hot in here? Is that how difficult it is, even to monetize on YouTube. It is so difficult. It is so competitive. It is so insane. Just as the advertising world is so competitive. So you know, so what have you done to be unique other than to individualize it? What have you done to be so unique that they want to go to Blake because Blake is the dude to go to build their business?
So this has a little story to it, if you don't mind. When I was traveling the country in that motorhome, right?
You had a motorhome?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that. Go ahead.
um,
By the way, I just want everybody to let you know that Blake was late today, and we have somebody coming in here at 10:15, so he needs to speak quick.
okay.
Ready, go.
What time is it? It's only 9:50. You're good. So
It goes fast.
Yeah, basically, there was another marketing agency that, and I won't say the name, but they basically had 11 million in revenue per year that they're bringing in. Sponsored by Meta, so Facebook and Instagram, and they were charging quite a bit of money to manage the social media profile. Well, Mike was wanting to take control of everything in the social media, especially the social media that I grew since 2021. He hired out this agency for 1 month, and then he found out they weren't worth it. But the turnaround time, You literally, I wanted to call them and ask them, hey, I see the batches you want to send out and the ads you want to send out. We need to make this change. It would go to a busy tone or they wouldn't answer. And then when I would email them, they would have a turnaround time of 24 hours. So I would have to wait a whole day and it would just be back and forth. So a whole 24 hours and then they'd end up responding. And then, it would take way too long for communication. So the biggest thing is a personal touch, actually building relationships and not just having another number, really,
So if somebody wants to change their advertising, they can just call you
well, yeah,
and say, "Hey, Blake, I need to do it. I need
exactly.
to do this."
And they're not going to have to wait for a 24-hour turnaround time.
I can't tell you how frustrating it is. By the way, I use a company, artificial intelligence thumbnails and everything for my YouTube site and everything like that. They have no telephone numbers. It's all like you have to text them or you have to email them, and then I can totally relate where you're going, and it's so frustrating. So now people are going to have, like, I wouldn't say an instantaneous, but like a fairly quick response and a personal response, because you're going to be that special person. You're not just a number. You're not just like somebody who's paying them and then, okay, thank you, we'll take care of it. I don't want to talk to you again.
Correct. Absolutely. You're not just a number. You're not just, the money that you send. We actually, the thing is I take it personal. When I deal with someone's advertising and everything, it's not just, all right, well, I got to get this out there. For me, it's a personal thing because I feel as long as I can bring value and help them, not only am I helping their business grow and help them stay in business, but I'm also helping my reputation.
So what about the small people like me? And I'm not talking hype, by the way, just letting everybody know. But, the small companies like downtown here and things like that, do you have a certain tier that is actually user-friendly for everyone? Or is it just like, this is going to cost you about $500,000 to do, because that's typically the way marketing companies work these days. So do you have reasonably good prices and competitively good prices for little people?
Yeah, so we actually, what we offer is a la carte services too. So that way, it's not just, okay, well, you got this tier and this is all it includes. You can actually customize what it is you want. So if you just want a TikTok channel managed, we can do that for roughly $250 for just
A month?
Yes. Okay. So
That's
just the TikTok channel. So what that's going to do is it's going to include the content clipping of your videos, of course. So like the video of this podcast, for instance, I would take an hour, 30 minutes, whatever it may be, dilute it to 30-second, 1 minute and 30-second clips. Make sure to add captions. Make sure to find the best ones that are going to have a hook and give you the best chance of it going viral.
For those people that don't know, hook is the language to keep somebody, grab them in, to hook them in so they watch. That's a cool lingo.
Yeah, essentially you have 1.8 seconds to draw someone in. Yes, and make sure they continue to watch it. So there's a little bit of an art to it. You can actually add something that has nothing, that's not the podcast video itself, but add something that is maybe a clip from a movie, a show, another podcast, right? And that be the beginning, and then it transitions into your podcast, but that's the hook that you use. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
There's a total art to
it. I do know for sure. So, for instance, we have an amazing T-shirt store right down called Harborware. So Harborware wanted to do this. Do you take the videos and photos, or do they take the videos and photos? Is this the a la carte thing you're talking about? How does that work?
Yeah, so I mean, at the very basic level, at $250 a course a month, that's going to be them doing a lot of the work. I mean, that's a lot of work to go out there and do content creation and everything like that. So when you're starting to get into that kind of stuff, you're better off just going into a tier one, which includes your Facebook, your Instagram. I'll come out and help you out with your first, getting you rolling for the first month of content creation.
Do you help people monetize their YouTube channels as well?
Yes, I'll do YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever they want. We can make it happen, even including web development. So if they want a new website, they need their website retouched. And I'm constantly innovating. So learning the geofencing, geotargeting and geofencing, by the way, are two different things. People don't realize that, but they definitely are. So obviously you can geo-target through Meta, but I mean, there's a lot of language that people could get lost in.
Without a doubt. That's why they hire you, because they don't want to get lost in it. It is literally a full-time job. So for me to keep monetizing my YouTube channel alone, it's almost like a full-time job for me. Every day I have to sit behind here and I have to talk, or I'll do a short on YouTube of walking my dog, which always gets about 1,200 to 1,500 views just for that. But if I do it enough
Well, it's
times,
definitely the dog.
yes, without a doubt, it's definitely not me. But it's so grueling at times. Then you have to come up with the topics. So in order to even have a podcast, you have to come up with topics. So with your advertising, their topic is their store. They have to take the pictures, they send them to you, you do all that, but how do you, I'm not going to use the word monetize, but how do you get them out there to the audience locally that they want to, like Instagram, for instance. So you're going to advertise their channel on Instagram locally, or do you do it by state, or do you do it? How do you do that?
You do it by county. So it's set up like a map, and you do you set up a perimeter.
Because I know you could do it on Facebook.
Yeah. So there's a well, it's also on Instagram because of a business suite, but there's a way to again, it's geo-targeting. And without getting into all the the craziness of it, it's just literally like if you took a map, and even if you go to Facebook Marketplace and you want to see an area, there's a perimeter you can set up with what you're looking for on Facebook Marketplace.
Like a 25-mile radius.
So you could set your advertising up that way. The biggest no-no that businesses make, I'll give out a free number, is they waste money on boosting their post. Boosting their post, they might as well take their money, light it on fire, or just give it to me.
Or me. Just say no. Here at 313 Colorado Avenue.
So boosting is not conducive at all. It's just
I would agree with that. Back in the day, I used to do it, though.
yeah.
We're talking about probably when you were in high school. But that's besides the point. So, in the interest of time, I want to keep on getting moving.
Yeah.
Do you have a website?
Yes, it's orahmediagroup.com, or you can even type in oramedia.com, and that's ORAH, and then mediagroup.com.
Okay, cool. And do they have pricing on there? Do they have what you do on there? Anything about Blake on there? What's on that site?
Absolutely. So everything that we offer, our services, of course, what sets us apart from the competition, the real numbers that I was able to create for my own channel, which is...
How come you haven't created that for my channel, by the way?
Well, we got to talk. I don't know. The money.
I'm really thinking that if he's on the podcast, he should actually take this particular podcast and show what he can do. What do you guys think? I think you should actually comment below to tell me if he should do that.
Actually, I did clip. I've got about 30 clips of one of yours from a couple weeks ago that I did. I forgot to show you, but I have.
Yeah, well, what was it about?
I don't remember, but it's there. I think it was about the law of attraction. I think that was the one.
I do a lot of clips on that. But wouldn't you want to do a clip of your own podcast, about your business, because honestly, I honestly believe in Blake. That's why I asked him to come on to the podcast. I really do believe that he can go somewhere with this. He's got that knack of communication that I believe that he can take this and run with it. So proud of you for that, and proud of you for switching gears and moving forward with the advertising, because I really do believe that you can do that. As long as you're as passionate as you were about everything else that you may do, then I believe there's success right around the corner, especially with an amazing woman by your side.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying.
That makes all the difference in the world, for sure.
So there was other things you wanted to bring up?
Well, actually, I want to say something because you brought up Jocelyn.
I did.
Yes, I
Oh,
want to. I want to say just how God works. Okay, real quick.
because he's friends with God.
Yes, yes,
I actually talked to God on the phone this morning.
and when I was in New York and things were getting heated between Mike and I, and he was some things without going into it. I just, in my personal opinion, I do not believe that he is a good person. I think he's not.
That's your opinion?
Yes, my opinion that he's not a very good person at all. And he had bad, in my opinion, had bad intentions for the direction it was going to go further. And so I decided to part ways. And when I did, I called Jocelyn and I said, what I'm thinking I'm going to do next is I'm going to start a marketing agency. And I'm in New York in a hotel, and no idea when I'm booking my flight yet, because things were all up in the air at the
Sure.
moment. And I ended up saying, I'm going to book my flight, and I booked it. I fly out of Islip in Long Island.
Oh, that's like I lived in
Yes.
West Islip.
So fly out of Islip, and I'm in the air. I got my AirPods in. I'm watching this movie, and this guy stops and he waves and he smiles and he's like, and I'm like, who is this guy? So I take the AirPods out and he goes, "You're from the Trump bus." And I said, well, yeah. And he goes, "Do you remember me?" And I can't lie. I told him, I'd be lying.
I don't remember anybody, so
So I told him I didn't, but it was good to see him. And he's like, "Well, I bought a bunch of hats." And I go, the longer I talk to you, I do kind of remember you. And he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Well," and I don't know why he told me this, but he just said, "I have a marketing agency that he goes, "Yeah," but he goes, "But I'm getting ready to sell it." And he's like, "I've been doing it for 28 years. I go, "That's interesting," because less than 24 hours ago, I was talking to my fiance about that being the next step that I take. And here I am, 40,000 feet in the air, flying in the middle of the ocean, basically. And this guy's telling me this stuff. And he's like, "Well, I'm selling my marketing agency, and I have about 28 years of knowledge. I've been doing it since 1990.
and I'd like to share that with you.
Exactly. And so that was it was just
Divine intervention.
It was God saying, "You're doing what you're supposed to be doing."
Right. I mean, it threw it right in front of you,
Oh yeah.
and
In the middle
you
of the
listened.
sky.
That's cool.
So,
I'm with you on that. That's like when I decided to do my readings full time, and when I decided to do my readings full time, then people started publishing me in their books, and producers were actually messaging me about doing a TV stuff, and it was like really weird. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, this is blowing up, isn't it? Now I just like the quiet time,
Yeah.
and that's fine with me. But it was an amazing ride for me, as well as it's going to be an amazing ride for you. You're still a young man, so you have a long way to go. I honestly don't have as long as the time as you do. Working, I should say, living, I'll probably outlive them because I'm going to live to about 120 or 130 now that I have new arteries. So you said that you're no longer with that. I forgot what it was. It was some sort of RV or something like that. Uh, did you crash that RV or something? Or no? I heard somebody might have crashed it.
No. So no. What happened? What had happened was that Mike wanted to leave and go to a campground slash beach. It's, oh gosh, what is it? Mastic Beach or
Mastic.
Mastic
Mastic,
Beach?
Long Island.
Yep, where all these RVs are. And he was gonna do, I guess, try and dump the waste or whatever. And then he told me, this is what he told me, that he was going to dump it and leave and take off,
I don't think that's legal.
leaving me in Long Island, and he had all my belongings on that RV still. So he flat out told me he was just going to leave. So it crossed my mind, like, so what were you going to do with my stuff? I didn't ask him that because it was already heated, and I didn't want it to escalate because, in my opinion, I feel he's not a very good person.
Ethical.
And
That's the word you're looking for,
yeah,
probably.
and the red flags go off. So when he was turning, he ended up catching the back end of the RV where it not only ripped the corner of the bumper, but it punctured the hydraulic fluid, where a canister that was holding all the hydraulic fluid, and it just leaked everywhere. So then, instead of him being able to leave, he ended up having to call someone from the warehouse we were at, Well, I just so happened to be in the van with this person, and they put him on speaker, and he's like, "Well, I need you to come out here and do this." But he treats these people like they work for him. They didn't work for him.
Right.
And so this guy, he gets off the phone. And he's like, "Man, what?" He goes, "What is this?"
It's
guy's
called
deal?
arrogance.
What is this guy's deal? He goes, he wants me to go 45 minutes out of the way, thinks I need to just drop everything that I'm doing, go to him, and he just kind of like commands you to do it. I said not command, demand.
Right.
A better word. Demands you to do it in a way. And it's just really, I don't know.
I'll never forget the time that he pulled up right in the front. We have parking here.
Yeah.
Right. He pulled up right from blocking all the parking. So I went up to him. I said, "Hey, listen, dude, you can't park here. You're not allowed to park here. You're blocking all our parking." He put his arm around me. He goes, "That's the price to pay for freedom."
Yeah.
So I took his arm off me, and I said, "I'm not paying that price. Move your bus." So it was a form, in my opinion, of arrogance that he was untouchable.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's not the way you work. It's always nice to be humble and to remain humble, no matter what happens. And honestly, I think that's where you're going to come in versus him. He's going to end up burying himself in some one way or another, and you're going to end up rising. So I think that you're going to have a great company. Anybody that wants to advertise with Blake, you know how to do it. You can access his website. It is on here. And I would hope that you give him a call. You can give him a shot at the advertising, because everybody needs advertising these days. I advertise like every freaking day, because never ever think that you're the only game in town, because there's always somebody else that wants to take your clients. It's just the way it is. It's a dog eat dog world out there. It's just the way it is. And right now, the economy, what is that called? Sucks. So you always need that little boost, and Blake is the boost that you need. That's my opinion. Last words.
Appreciate it. Yeah, and we are constantly innovating. So when it comes to artificial intelligence, that is moving at an exponential rate.
Yes.
And if you're not even, just using ChatGPT alone is not enough. There's so many programs, there's so many things that can run. I can run a total business analysis on your company in less than 30 seconds and give you the whole print of economic standards, your strengths, your weaknesses, everything. So, it's not just a marketing agency. This is a total consulting operation that I'm also implementing with connecting with other like-minded businesses. I don't look at, these different magazines that may go out to houses as competition. I look at them as relationships to help the whole entire county, the Treasure Coast, and eventually the whole state of Florida.
Well, in reality, just so everybody knows, I'm surprised there even are newspapers that still out, to be honest with you, and even magazines, because everybody, I don't care where you go to a restaurant and people aren't talking to each other. They're on their phone. That's just the way it is.
Yep.
Social media has taken over, without a doubt. And what you're doing is through social media. It's just the way. It's the way it is, and get used to it, because it's not going away. It's only going to advance now. You're going to start having glasses that you can video from. Wait a minute. I think they already have that. It's through Meta, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's got AI built into them too. So you can ask it any questions. And
you can ask your question.
Yeah.
Because I often talk to my watch and ask it questions. Say, Siri, turn car mode on.
Okay, driving focus is now on.
Now I won't be disturbed. Everybody, you have an amazing day. We will talk to you later. Blake, say goodbye.
All right. Take care, guys.
See you guys. Bye.